Hello and welcome back to Realm of Thrones, and we're here at Sunstone, attempting to take it. And, well, I've already destroyed the walls. As you can see, they only have level 1, so they're super easy to destroy. And I basically just built trebuchets, and I got some pretty decent engineering skill for that, not too bad. As you can see, I've actually been waiting for you to spend our attribute point and focus point. And, well, what are we going to spec it into? Well, pretty clearly, you know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do social skill for our attribute point, and I'm going to be doing focus into the two-handed, because I am obviously going to try to use Blackfire as best as I can once we get to 200 one-handed skill, which we need 12 points to get, so that's going to be really fun, or at least it should be really fun. Otherwise, I do have a handful of troops. I've been attempting to try to recruit as many people as possible from my prisoner's hold, and again, I've destroyed everything here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go just straight on in. Should I actually go straight on in here? I'm a little bit worried and a little bit concerned about how I should approach these situations, because there are a number of times where I think to myself, you know what, wait a minute, am I doing this in the most efficient way that I can? Especially when it comes to a fledgling kingdom, you can't really pull any punches, as it were. You kind of have to go for it in a big way. If you don't, you're gonna have a problem. Yes, you're gonna have a couple of issues. Now, I could use the dragon here. I'm not sure if I really want to do that. I guess I could just use it just to kind of get a little bit of space. Or not. Or not, as the case may be. As you can see, they are not allowing me to use it right into the gap here, which is, I suppose, kind of to be expected, because, I mean, let's face it, it is an extremely powerful weapon, basically. It is pretty much a living weapon. And, yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate that they've done that, where they've made it so impossible to use in a siege. But I understand their reasoning behind it, because otherwise it's going to be, you know, if someone wants to, it's going to be relatively trivial to take thieves. But I guess that is indeed another point to bring up. It's all about player choice in that case, because if you think about it, think about what I've done in the past. I've done a number of challenges and a number of series where I've basically said to myself, and I've said to you as well in turn, I've said to you, hey, you know what? We're just not going to use that. You know, we're just not going to use that thing. And generally that has actually resulted in some really cool moments, just purely because I have decided, yeah, I'm not going to use X thing, whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be something super overpowered or massively strong like the dragon. It doesn't have to be anything like that, you know. Obviously it helps if you know, if you need it to use something like that, because of course it is going to be exceptionally fun to use, very powerful and enjoyable. But in these situations, you know, as I say, I think it's I don't know, I guess it depends. It depends on the vision. I'm gonna die here. I thought I was actually doing extremely well, not taking any damage, but oh, he turned around instantaneously and murdered me. Yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. These guys, right here. These guys. Lyseni Enforcers, I believe? Yeah. Those guys, they are... Ooh, they are very good at what they do. They do loads of damage, as you could quite clearly tell there. And there's barely any of them. It's, oh, now I'm kind of sad. Oh well. Yeah, kind of sad about that. Because I thought to myself, okay, surely we're going to be able to defend against them. But I didn't see the guy turn around in that moment. He literally had already turned around and was swinging the axe by the time I realized what was happening, and boom, that was it. game over. Game over situation. We do get to watch Woon Woon run around, though, and actually do massive, massive damage, which I very much appreciate. Let's face it, we don't always get the opportunity to witness a giant in action. And indeed, he's there, you know. He's absolutely slaughtering everything in sight, as you can see. I actually really, really like the way that they've done the giant. Just purely because it feels like he's actually viable, you know? Actually viable in a way, because there are many cases, and I'm not talking about Mount of Blade here or anything related to it, but there are a lot of cases of mods in any game being a very cool concept, but then being not very well implemented just because, you know, various reasons. There could be any number of reasons why it wasn't implemented as it potentially could be. But in this case, the giant is done so well that he is effective. You know, that's the funny thing. He is effective in the battle itself. And that's wonderful because, as I say, sometimes that is not the case. Sometimes you know, start up a game and you've just installed a mod and you think to yourself, oh, this is going to be amazing. I'm going to have such a wonderful time. And then you get in there and you get into the game and then you're like, oh, the mod is actually not what I thought it was, you know, and then you're sad. But that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Anyway, let's actually wear this. Wait a minute, we've got some, ooh. You know, someone said that I should get golden armor, and I do agree. I think it would be pretty fun, considering we have, you know, golden units, basically. However, the problem with doing that is it's vastly worse than what I'm using. That's the only problem. I would love to... you know what? I'm actually going to try and see if we can buy some golden armor that is actually good. And I'm talking about actually on, like, you know, on par with what we currently have. Because I think that's probably going to be exceedingly fun. So we'll try that out. Oh yeah, by the way, what I'm going to do, because I have just captured this castle, I am actually going to... I'm going to dismantle one of my caravans, because if we do that, we free up a companion, and no doubt one of them has leveled up his, well, hopefully, you know, his steward relatively nicely, because we're going to need some pretty big armies to help us out here. So I think I'm going to get Locke. I think I'll get Locke to be our vassal, basically. Funnily enough, I literally cannot do that yet. Ah, yes, that's a bit problematic, isn't it? Because we only have 268 influence, and we need 500. So the best course of action for me right now, you know what that is? Yeah, you know what that is? That is literally to go and institute a couple of extra policies that will provide us with more influence as we, you know, travel around and do battle. Now, funnily enough, we did get notified, by the way, that the, yeah, Stop the Red Wedding, as you can see here. You've heard news that Roose Bolton plans to murder Robb Stark at his uncle's wedding at the Twins. If you can reach him in time, maybe there's a chance you can foil the plot against Robb's life. And indeed, as you can see, there is 13 days as a time limit. So we're very far. Do you think I can make it there in time? Would that be fun to do? I mean, I think it would be fun to do, but the problem is it actually possible for me to make it there? Is it physically possible? Because I'm not sure whether it is. That's the problem here. Okay, let's do coaching. That's going to get me 3% more damage when auto-resolving. That's quite nice. And yeah, I'm going to dismantle Mr. Locke's caravan. And then, you know what? I think we're actually going to travel over to the Twins. I think I might try it at least. Alright, so what we're actually going to do... I'm very, very close, by the way, to the twins. So hopefully we're going to be able to make that work. But yeah, anyway, what we could do here, 0.5 influence, gonna get that going. And we do want to try to get something else. We want to try to get a load of influence, so I'm not entirely sure which thing actually provides us with a decent amount. So we're going to see whether we can maybe find something that is going to be somewhat decent. No, that's not particularly good. I mean, this is obviously fantastic for us. But I don't really want to do that right now. I can barely fill the, I can barely fill my current one. So yeah, not great. Let's see, chance security, no. Marshals, influence, no. Okay, influence reduction, that's certainly not what we want. Tribunes of the people is actually not too bad. For me personally, I think this is actually slightly worse forgiveness of debts, but it's still actually really, really good, in my opinion. And yeah, no, that is it. Okay, so these are the only ones that I can really see that are going to provide us with a bunch of influence, apart from, obviously feudal inheritance is very, very good. Should I... No, I don't really see the point in that, to be honest. We could go for this. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. That seems pretty cool. All right. So now, as you can see, we're going to be gaining, yeah, 8. 8 instead of 6. I'm not sure. Was that worth it? Doesn't seem like it. Doesn't seem like it at all. Anyway, we have now arrived. Yeah. Locke still hasn't arrived to us, though. I'm actually not entirely sure if he is even on his way here. Okay, so we have 3 days left on the quest, and indeed, it has actually told us... Oh, there we go, we can even do it. And, oh, look at this. Orel has risen again as a White Walker. Yeah, I have no idea when that happened. When did that happen? Did we see someone die from this? No, I don't actually see that right now. Oh, a bunch of people getting taken prisoner by the free folk. But that should technically not cause... well, I guess maybe because they're north of the wall. That might happen. I don't know. Okay, well, whatever the case, we can now do it. Stop the Red Wedding. Should I do it? I think we should. So, yeah, this is going to be very interesting. This is the first time I've actually done this. I did attempt to do this previously in another series, and it was not that easy. But nowadays, they've actually added this nice little prompt here, which is different from beforehand. So, let's stop the Red Wedding. Here we go. I'm actually very interested to see what happens here. After waiting for nightfall, you sneak into the keep and find Robb Stark. After explaining the plot against his life to him, he agrees to follow you out of the keep. Guards have been warned of an intruder in the castle and are on high alert. Okay, so this is obviously going to be extremely, extremely difficult because I am literally just with a terrible, terrible weapon. Yes, I have a pretty awful weapon here, so I am actually going to have to find something really, really good to replace it with. So let's see, what can I go for? What about a masterwork long saber? No, I'm looking for something a little bit shorter than that. There's a lot of really good I mean, look, this is a... I don't know, wait a minute. I need something with big damage as well, but I'd like to use the Lyseni sword if at all possible. As you can see right here, this would be perfect because it has 85 length. That would be really, really nice. We might go for this. Yeah, Masterwork Simple Saber. That sounds kind of good, I guess. And then we have some Golden Company boots. Actually, Unsullied boots. Let me just go to the top here. I'm just going to click on value. Here we go. Legendary Lyseni boots. And let's see what else we have available for us. I want to make sure that we're just outfitting ourselves in the best possible gear, because I have a feeling we're going to need it. Probably. I don't know. Do you think we will? I'm not sure. It very much depends, but yeah, I think we probably will in some way or another. And I'm not sure if we're going to even be able to... yes, we can wear some gloves. Okay, that's quite nice. We got the fine scarf there as well. And I believe that's probably going to be it. Yeah, that seems to be it. So, okay, that's it. That's all we could do. Okay, let's go. Alright, here we go. It is time for us to defend Mr. Stark. And hopefully not get ourselves absolutely slaughtered in the process. Hello there, sirs. I will murder you all. Yes, indeed. Oh, nice. Wow, that was actually really good. Oh, what? He's dead? I thought he was alive. I mean, the other way around. I thought he was dead. Okay, there we go, there we go. Okay, now he's actually going for it. He's actually going for it. I do not need you to go for it, Mr. Stark. I need you to stay put. Stay, sir. There we go. Alright, we've got some people coming, potentially. I wonder whether I should get out my thrown weapon. Probably not. Not necessary, not necessary. Oh yes, wonderful. Oh, these Frey assassins don't know what hit them. They're dead. Okay, so is that it? I don't see anyone else. I'm a little bit worried that this is a multi-stage... I can smell the Lannisters behind this, he says. Well, who else? I'm not entirely sure. Does he have a lot of enemies? Maybe? Yes, well, we should probably go now. It looks as though I have the ability... Oh dear. Oh no, maybe we made it. Did we? We actually made it! Look at that! Our relation has increased dramatically. Oh, that is amazing. Okay, so what actually happens now? That's the question. I don't know. I have no idea what happens now. So, because this is obviously, you know, alternate history, basically, right? This is alternate history. So, here's the thing. What do we want to do? Do we want to reduce damage to our shields, or do we want to increase combat movement speed? In my opinion, combat movement speed is the way to go. I mean, really, 4% increased combat movement speed. How can we say no to it, right? And we also have 237 in charm skill now. I actually don't know. Did that just get leveled up dramatically from completing that quest? I think it might have. What I am going to do is I am going to go for public speaker here, just because plus 30% renown gain from battles. I think that sounds absolutely fantastic. And yeah, we already have famous commander, which gives us 50%, so 80% total, if it indeed stacks, which I'm actually not entirely sure if it does. I think it does. But yeah, generally, there you go. We actually did it. The Starks have sent you a reward of 5,000. Huh. 5,000. Well, I'm not entirely sure if that's worth the life of their king, but okay, sure. I think it should have been a lot more than that, but I shouldn't be greedy, should I? No, I shouldn't be greedy. Anyway, we're going to make our way back to... that was fun. That was fun. I actually really enjoyed that. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, Lys actually wants a peace agreement, and, well, I'm not going to give it to them. Alright, so we have a bit of a situation on our hands right now. Obviously, apart from the fact that Locke has now joined us, I'm very pleased about that. He has obviously some pretty good stats to become our next vassal, or shall we say, our first vassal. And as you can see, I've outfitted him in some pretty good gear, because the funny thing is, he didn't have even a weapon for some reason. I don't know why he didn't, but yeah. Anyway, so he's looking pretty good right now, and yeah, oh yeah, this is a bit of an issue. We have a situation. Dawn has declared war against us. Yes, so that's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Yes, that's a bit of an issue. Not sure how we're going to really deal with that, but yeah, they have. So, this is going to be a problem. This is going to be a big problem. And as you can see, they are attempting to take Alnor. They've actually tried to besiege that multiple times. Tyrosh is actually wanting to attack Lys a whole bunch as well. Not a terribly big fan of that. You know what? I'm actually partially thinking that maybe we should make peace with Dawn, even if it means paying 4,000 tribute per day. That might actually make sense. I know that sounds super dumb in many cases, but have you seen how strong these guys are right now? They're pretty strong. If we can eliminate Lease, which I think is probably... You know what? I'm actually going to do this. There we go. I'm going to make peace with them right now. And even though that is going to literally, basically, bring me out break even, you know, it's going to be a break even kind of situation here for our money, you know. It's going to be a bit of an issue there. But we don't have to worry about these massive roaming armies from Dawn coming over and, you know, putting a spanner in the works. We don't want that, do we? So... you know, it's best just to focus on one opponent for now, and hopefully I'll be able to earn enough influence to make Locke our first vassal. And that's going to inevitably make things very, very nicely for us, or at least hopefully make things nice for us. Oh yeah, by the way, I do now have enough to use Blackfire. Yes, look at that. I have enough one-handed skill now. I have 200 one-handed. Obviously, we leveled that up in the Red Wedding there. We have 203 now, which is quite funny. But yes, anyway, we are going to go in here. Actually, just a second. Wait a minute. Let's just wait until daytime, and then we'll go in. And indeed, yeah, as you can see, we are losing a little bit of cash now, so that's going to be a problem. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get off my mount. I'm actually going to get off my mount. I'm not going to use the dragon in this one, just purely because I feel like sometimes we should, you know, swap it around a little bit. You know, we should mix it up. And I actually think it's quite fun to do that, especially considering we have so many archers. I mean, literally, look at my archers. I have so many of them right now. And the enemy, I'm not entirely sure how many they have, but they're very far away right now. So we're just going to get this over here, and we're just going to speed this up. Are they just going to stand there? I believe they are literally just going to stand there. That is quite funny, I have to admit. That is quite funny. Alright, so let's actually move our forces forward then. Yeah, this is really weird, actually. You know, I gotta say, I'm actually not a big fan of the AI doing this. Just purely because they are killing themselves, basically. They are literally killing themselves right now, because all my guys, all my Triarch Guardians, they have 240 in bow skill, and while they're not exactly good from massive long range like the Raven's Teeth Archers are, they're still kind of dangerous in comparison to what we have on the enemy side here. At least that's the, I don't know, that's the hope anyway. Yeah, now, so here we go. Look at this. Blackfire two-handed. Let's do it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's not really going to work out too well. I might be able to do something here. Let's tell the infantry to charge in a little bit. Oh, you see that? 36 points of two-handed skill. 36. Oh yes, I like it. That is wonderful. That is exactly what we want. We want more of that, please. Okay, so I'm just going to move these guys here. Just move them to the front. Don't want them to run in too dramatically. Oh, Locke actually gained a level already. Okay, that's kind of insane. Okay, let's see what else we can do here. Can I actually... I'd like to hit one of these. I'd like to hit one of these. Yes, yes, no. I need a kill. I need a kill. Oh, no. Never mind, that guy died. Yeah, you see, I literally hit someone, and I got 4 points. If I kill, I'm going to get so much skill. Look at my skill. It's leveling up like an absolute monster right here. This is crazy. There we go. Nice. Oh, look at that. 13 skill points just for hitting that guy. Actually, we eliminated him even. There's an enforcer dead. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is great. Oh, this is going very, very nicely. Unfortunately, we've gotten loads of lease units ourselves, and I have no idea what I'm actually hitting some of the time. Just because they look... Well, they do look exactly the same, so it's a bit problematic. But yeah, we are very done now. There we go. And yeah, we just need to level up our two-handed now. Don't we? I'm actually using it one-handed now because of my super speed mod. Yes, because my super speed mod uses X. And X is the stance changer. So that's funny. Yeah, what a classic. It's okay though. We only missed out on like what, 1 kill, 2 kills. It's all good. Anyway, there you go. We did actually manage to completely dominate the enemy here. And Locke got 5 kills, surprisingly enough. Wow, okay. Very, very nice for him. And I'm not entirely sure how he did that. Well, I guess he had a bow, right? He had a bow, so I'm assuming that that's the reason. Anyway, let's let this guy go a little bit. Gonna let most of these guys go, just in case we have the opportunity to potentially persuade them to join us. Might be kind of cool. I'm not sure if I really want to do that, though, to be honest, because that kind of... I don't know. It kind of dilutes our story, in a way, if you know what I mean. It kind of makes it so that we have... you know, a bunch of... I don't know, maybe it's cool. Maybe it's cool to do that. I don't know. Maybe next time we have the opportunity to take them prisoner or something like that, we will do it, and then we'll try to persuade them to join us or something like that. Anyway, I have 250 in influence. I need more than that. Yeah, I need much, much more than that. So, there we go. My two-handed skill has leveled up, of course, dramatically. We're going to be going for 10% into handling. There we go. 3% swing speed increase. And then we are also going to be going for show of strength, I think. Yeah, I think show of strength is pretty cool. And we also gained leadership perk as well. I think uplifting spirit is probably what I'm going to take. I don't think the others are that amazing. So yeah, uplifting spirit is what we'll go for. And then I will literally go onto the town. This is going to be a big deal here. Here we go. Hello. Oh, hello. Oh, this is interesting. We have a Tyroshi vassal. I actually wonder, do I even want to do this? Yeah, I think we should. You know, there's a reason why I'm saying yes, we should. And that's because if we don't help here, and these guys manage to defeat the Tyroshi, which they obviously will, they are outnumbering them dramatically, but let's just say that we didn't, then these fellows are going to be coming over and they're going to try to murder us while we try to take their fief, which is obviously the goal, you know. And I would very much like to be left alone as much as possible when we're taking the fief. And the reason for that, you know what the reason is because we're going to be getting so much influence from that siege. It's going to be exceptional. It's going to be so good. So I am just going to run through here. The main reason why I'm running through, of course, as you can quite clearly tell, is because I want to kill as many of the horses as I possibly can. And I should have a pretty good time of things here, hopefully. Obviously, the point is my dragon is taking some pretty significant hits, but that is to be expected, of course. Let's put this in a loose formation right there. Let's put my infantry out the front there just a little bit. And yeah, my guys are actually doing a relatively good job right now. Just gonna run along. There we go. I just want to try to wound them a little bit, you know what I mean? Just wound them somewhat. And wow, okay. This is hilarious. This is very funny. Okay, yeah, so I'm just trying to even things out a little bit. Obviously, I've only killed 41, just bear that in mind, but look at the amount of damage my forces can do right here. Let's tell my horsemen to charge in. What do you bet that my allied vassals are not going to do anything? Or shall we say not allied, but the Tyroshi. What do you bet? They're just going to stand there, not really doing much at all. Yeah, that does look to be the case at this point, which is very funny. That always happens. I don't know why. It almost always happens. Whenever I try to help someone, they just go, "Oh yes, you can handle it. You can handle it, Elias. Don't worry." And I'm like, "Yeah, really? Really?" And Elias is looking at me like, "Huh, well, there you go." What a classic. Anyway, I have just killed 68. Okay, so I have actually killed less than the amount of Triarch Guardians on the field right now, which is pretty funny, nevertheless. And yeah, actually, you know what? Let's do this. There we go. Let's do auto-delegate. Let's do an auto-delegate and see what happens here. I'd like to level up my two-handed skill as well, if at all possible. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to get off my mount and I'm going to murder them. Ow. Okay, I got shot in the face. That is not very nice of them. And there you have it. Look at the amount of damage we can do with the legendary sword that used to belong to Aegon Targaryen. Yes, did you know that? No, it's like you haven't seen that, yeah, really. Like you haven't seen us defeat him and steal his sword and everything, yeah. That's great. Okay, so yeah, that is indeed a victory for us. I am extremely, extremely pleased. Also, the fact that we've leveled up our two-handed skill dramatically. Really, really fun. And I'd actually like to get it to 150 if I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. I think the amount of, shall we just say, the amount of damage I've already taken is probably going to prevent me from doing that. But it would be wonderful. It would be very, very nice if we can make it happen. But I highly doubt it. Ah yes, I'm using it in one-handed now. Yeah, it seems like we're going to get the last wave coming in. I think this is probably the last wave. Yep, looks to be the case. So this is... I need 4 points. I need 4 skill points. Do you think I'm going to have the ability to tackle these guys and actually get the 4 skill points before we kill them all? I don't know. Maybe. It's possible. It's possible. If we had the ability to multi-hit, then I would easily make this. But we do not. Yes, almost. Yeah, there we go. We made it. Alright, that's wonderful. That is absolutely perfect. Now we are 150. That is great. Whoever would have expected me to pivot over to a two-handed? Because let's face it, you know, it took me a long, long time to get my one-handed leveled up. And you know, two-handed. Look at how quick it was. Look at how fast for us to get our two-handed to almost the same skill level. It's actually hilarious. It just goes to show having a really good weapon makes so much difference. It really does. Anyway, there you go. That's a victory for us. We're going to be getting... I was actually kind of hoping for more renown and more influence than that, but 76 influence is nothing to sniff at. I think that's going to be okay. And it's going to be alright. The only thing I can really hope for is that we're going to be continuing to do some really, really cool things here. I'm going to let this guy go. I'm going to try to make sure that we have really good relationalities, you know, just to make sure that next time we... you know, take some of them prisoner, we're going to have a good time. Okay, so let's get some of these, I guess. I have no idea if they're going to be any good. And we also have the enforcers here. I guess we will continue. Why do they have so many? They have so many enforcers. It's crazy. And the funny thing about that... Oh, hello. Ah, this is actually perfect. Okay, there we go. We can now change our armor. Even though this is slightly worse than what we were using, I still think it's actually worth it. I think it's worth us changing now. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, there we are. That's what we like to see. Okay, so Jamie's actually wearing some stuff right here. He's wearing some good stuff. Talisa needs an upgrade, so she's going to be the one that will get my... Oh, she doesn't have... yes, okay, she doesn't have enough. That is very sad. Oh well, never mind. Yes, that is all I can do. Yes, there's nothing much more I can do for her. She just needs to level up her athletic skill. I'm pretty sure she's close, isn't she? Yeah, she has 85, so she only needs another 5 points, and then she'll be able to do that. So that's going to be really, really nice for her. And otherwise, we're just going to be taking all the loot and then moving on. I do need to actually get to a town and sell some of my food and sell some of my loot in general, but yeah, I just haven't had the opportunity to do so. Let's take a look at our speed at the moment, actually. So far, it's not even looking that bad. The only thing that is a bit problematic for us right now is our prisoners, but yeah, again, you know, one of those things can't really do much about. Anyway, let's have a look here. Plus 50%. Ooh, no, I don't really care about damage to mounts at the moment. I think I care more about doing damage to shields. So that's what we're going to do. We're also going to be taking Berserker here. I personally think that Confidence is one of the worst perks in the entire game, but that's just me. I like Berserker much more. And then we'll take Projectile Deflection, which I've never gotten to use in my life. Yes, I've never actually gotten that to work, ever, weirdly enough. Anyway, there you go. Look at that. My medicine skill, or should we say Talisa's medicine skill, is almost 200, which is very nice. And now we're going to be going in for a siege here. There's only 3 days. Only 3 days for the garrison to be completely eliminated, or at the very least, for the starvation mechanic to kick in. Okay, so I am actually spending the time to destroy the walls. For me personally, I think this is probably a no-brainer. I think you really do have to destroy the walls if you're in my situation. I don't think it's actually going to be... I don't think it's going to be that easy if we don't. I'm not sure if it's even going to be doable, to be honest. Even though they only have militia available and a handful of vassal units. Bear in mind that obviously some of these might actually have a bunch of enforcers. No, they only have 1, so that's not too bad. But, you know, the point still stands. It may still be extremely, extremely difficult for us. So... the walls are down, the garrison's completely starved out, we only have 475, I say only, that is a lot, there's a lot of people still, and I'm kind of worried, you know, I'm kind of worried. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to do this, but let's try our best. I'm not going to use the dragon, once again. There is really no point in using the dragon in a siege, so, you know, doesn't seem to really, unfortunately at least, doesn't seem to really be that effective. And we are... wait a minute, where's the... ah, here. I see. Alright. This is... Woon. Dear. Okay, yeah, he's going in there. Alright. I'm not sure... is he... oh, he's fine. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, maybe I should go and help him. No, he's fine. He's a dragon. He's a dragon? No, he's a giant. If he was a dragon, that would be very impressive. You know, a dragon wielding a club and walking on 2 legs, I guess, to a certain degree. But yeah, that is hilarious. Anyway, we will obviously now have the ability to absolutely murder with our two-handed here. That's exactly what we will be doing. Oh yeah, there we go, there we go. We're getting through. We are getting through. And we're just going to continue trying to kill as many enemies as I can get my hands on. Getting shot. No, we don't want to get shot. We want to try to stay alive as much as possible here. Dear. Okay, wait a minute. I think I might be dead. Yep, there we go. Yeah, that was not very good. That was not very good, but that's okay. You know, we got a load of two-handed weapon skill, and as you can see, Woon is leading the charge. He is literally leading the charge right there. I'm actually super surprised that, you know what? I'm not actually that surprised that Woon's doing so much damage. I mean, we should really know that he is, and he is actually capable of it. He does so much. He really does. So as you can see, look at that. Absolute just devastation, basically. Just absolute devastation that he has brought upon the opponent. And I am very much now hoping, let's cross our fingers and hope that we're going to be having at least 80 influence as a reward, okay? At least 80. Let's see. Wait. Maybe we can... We could try to get him. Is he the leader of his clan, though? That's the question. Lycero Valero? This is not him, so I'm going to let him go, because he doesn't actually have the power to join us, technically, so... Ah, he does, though. There we go. Okay, yes. I will take you prisoner, sir.
Am I free?
This guy? Is he the leader? No. Roro Ohoros. Okay, no, yeah, that is absolutely fine. He is a Tyroshi anyway, so we can't even do anything with him. Okay, so yeah, we will be attempting to try to persuade that guy, the one that we just took prisoner, to join us. And I will take all the prisoners, because I am at a town. So that makes sense, right? And otherwise, we will just take all the loot. I just have to make sure I'm doing this in the correct order, because I now have 500 influence, so I don't want to mess this up, right? I really do not want to mess this up. So what I'm actually going to do is I am going to give Locke this town. I am going to give him this town, because I think that probably makes the most sense. Basically having him take over a town, that's probably the best course of action we could manage, in my opinion. Let's go into the dungeon, manage prisoners, and here we go. Alright, so what are we going to do? Well, we're going to... actually, wait a minute. No, we don't want to go to the dungeon. We want to go to the tavern, don't we? Yeah, we want to go to the tavern here. There we go. Alright, that's slightly better. Okay, so now we can just do all of this. We're not getting that much for it. Yes, not that much at all. And we are getting a significant amount of enforcers here. Actually, quite a lot now. Not bad. Okay, yeah, let's do it. 18,000, that's pretty nice. How much roguery do you think we're going to get? I'm going to bet we're going to get 27 points. What do you think? 14. Okay, there you go. No, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. That's pretty good. All right, I am actually very much appreciative of that. And, yeah, okay, so let's make Locke a vassal, if I remember how to do it now. Alright, so here we go. Here it is. We will now be making him a vassal. We will now give him this town, and there it is. Oh yeah. And we're going to be calling him... Should I literally make a reference to a pretty old movie at this point? Sure. You know what? There you go. Should I, wait, let's put an E on it just for fun. Okay, I'm putting an E on it because his name is Locke with an E, okay? That's the reason. Okay, so there you go. So now he has become our vassal. Very, very nice. And I should probably go to the trade screen and actually sell some stuff, shouldn't I? Because they don't have any food right now, so I should probably just offload a bunch. There we go. Alright, that seems pretty decent to me. And, yeah, not too bad. Alright, so that is going to be it for this episode. We have basically eliminated Lys. At least we haven't really done that, but Tyrosh has also contributed a hefty amount. As you can see, they're actually taking this over here at this very point in time. Oh yeah, by the way, we should probably try to speak to this guy and see if he wants to join us.
My friend.
Hello. Wait. Here we go. Wait. Yes, here we go. I have decided to free you. You may go, or I have an offer for you. Join us and be set free. I would like your support. Okay, we have to convince him. Okay, we have to convince him. My charm skill is actually not too bad, is it? My charm skill is not too bad right now, so I might have the opportunity to do so. Yes, I think I do. There you go. Look at this. There we are. We have to pass a persuasion minigame for this. Now, let's have a look. Okay, so he has 119,000. How much does he actually want? He wants 153,000. I think that's actually doable. Yeah, I think that's actually doable. There you go. And now he has joined us. There you go. He has literally joined us. That is, I actually have to admit, I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to give him something, okay? We're going to give him Sunstone, I guess. Yeah, we'll give him Sunstone because he doesn't have anything right now, so it's probably going to be somewhat useful. But there you go. We did it. Fantastic. So now we can actually do that with a number of vassals in the future. We just have to make sure to capture their clan leader. That's going to make all the difference in the world. Anyway, as I said before, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.